Thank you for tuning into the Inside Sports Report right here on TV 20. I'm your host, Christian Patterson. It's been years since the John Hay girls basketball program has been this dominant in the Senate Athletic League. But with a fairly new coach and a new mindset, the Lady Hornets are ready to put this program back on center stage. John Hay's boys basketball program has some recent success, winning a Senate championship and moving along through the playoffs a few years back. But this year, John Hay's girls basketball program has a real chance at adding a banner to the rafters. With a new up-tempo offense playing under Coach Fred Howery, these girls are ready to make a statement.
Offensively, I'm putting this in. It's brand new. We're going to work on this a lot today. 5 wide. Now, so this, I want this to be Angel, all right, Dev, Michaela, Courtney, Loren to start right now. All right. Now here it is. All this is 5 wide. Whichever way, where's Loren? Oh, whichever way. And I drew it to the right because you seem to go right mostly. We pass it here to Dev. On that pass, Courtney, you are flashing right now, just like Ohio would be, to get the ball. But you can't be jogging and tippy-toeing. Come right now to get the ball. Don't go yet. I want you to step hard. You're stepping hard here first. All right. Once you catch the ball, square up to the basket. If they stay in that zone, it's backdoor layup. We have them all day long.
We just got Howery as a coach last year, so it's kind of different with the coaches that we had before. And this year, Loren came in as a freshman, so it's been real different. We doing a lot better than last year, playing more as a team. And, you know, she brought a fire that we didn't have last year. So I actually like it better this year with the coach and players.
For me, I feel like we made a long way. Like, me and my players, like, we've been through a lot. Like, coaches-wise, like, I love Howery that he came and took over the program. We had made it very far.
Pretty much feel the same way. We've all went through the struggles of our old coaches, and then Howery came over, and everything just went smoothly from there.
The program, when I took over, they've had, some of the girls have been here, and the biggest thing was making a change in what we wanted to see, a commitment to the program, showing up to practice on time, doing things the right way. That was my biggest goal, and they've done that this season. One thing I've always told the girls, and even other people I've coached in the past, is I wish I could still play the game. I wish I could still jump and run, and I can't. So I'm living it right now with you. And if they do what there's, the fundamentals, we're going to be just fine.
And the John Hay girls basketball program has been more than fine since Coach Howery has taken over. With a 9-1 record in the Senate and a 13-5 overall record, the Lady Hornets are on pace for the Senate championship this week.
It feels good to know that we have improved from previous years and our skills just got better, and now we have a chance to really capitalize on just becoming better, and we have a chance to actually win the whole thing.
It's exciting. I'm glad we have the chance to prove ourselves and to get ahead. I appreciate the competition between both of the teams, but I'm glad John Hay gets to put their name out there.
Well, it would be a lot of pride for our kids. They deserve it. They've worked their hardest this year for me, and it would bring a lot of pride to the school, and we show that our girls program is on the rise, and we are going to become a contender in the state.
With only 5 losses overall on the season, and 2 of them coming from teams ranked in the top 25, John Hay has learned some valuable lessons along the way.
From those losses, we've definitely learned how to keep our heads during games. That's probably what's our biggest downfall during those games. We've also learned how to stay together as a team. In hard times, we've learned how to stay together. And then we've learned how to use those errors that we made in our losses to go towards our wins. And that's what has made us successful so far.
Well, our first loss came to Gilmore Academy, which is one of the top teams in the area as well. And the first half went very well for us, and I think what came out of it watching film is we actually played pretty well in the first half, and they wore us down in inside game, post play, and we had to get better at that. Against East Tech and against East Lake North, we ran out of gas in the second half again. So we knew we had to, improve our conditioning and run a little bit more. Hey, we can't let her get to the lane like that. No, that's not your problem. Don't leave too fast. You gotta if she starts to drive, we gotta stop that with you. Now, what it'll end up being with the big lineup in, that's gonna be you being Angel's spot. Okay. Good, good, move. Quick feet. That's a hand, go, transition. Gosh, jog it.
For the past couple of years, the Senate Championship has been between Glenville and East Tech. Now that the Lady Hornets have beaten Glenville this year and their only loss in the Senate coming to East Tech, they're ready for another showdown.
Most definitely. Like, we're ready to go play them. Like, we learn from our mistakes and we get better ourselves, and now we're ready to go head to head with them.
Yeah, I'm ready. I mean, we're not taking JFK lightly, but really I'm just looking forward to East Tech, and that's where we headed and ready for on Friday.
East Tech, we're coming for you.
From the freshmen to the seniors, the John Hay girls basketball program is amped about this year's Senate Championship matchup.
For all 4 years, East Tech has won every single year, and it would feel good for my last year that we won it.
It would be exciting. It would be good. I'd be happy seeing this team get a championship before I graduate, and it's been a long time since we won, so I think it'll make my coach happy, I know, and it'd be good for us.
In the varsity game, especially at East Tech, okay? If you see her closing right now, don't try to dribble. Boom, get the ball out your hand. Right now. If that trap's coming to you right now, get the ball out of your hand. Because as soon as you start doing this, it's getting closer and closer. She's going to cut you off. Now you're stuck. All right? Let's go. Run again. 11T. 11T. That goes for everybody. If you see that trap coming, go where the trap came from. Ultimate goal, compete for the Senate Championship, obviously, but then advance further into the state playoffs this year. Last year, we got past the first round, and we lost in the second round. We'd like to advance to the second, third, fourth round in the state tournament this year.
Race, the highly anticipated biographical sports drama film about Cleveland native and African-American athlete Jesse Owens, is set to release in theaters February 19th, 2016. But the Cleveland Cavaliers had a very special surprise for a special group of teenagers from around the city of Cleveland. Cleveland Cavaliers player J.R. Smith hosted more than 80 students from the Boys and Girls Club of Cleveland for a private advanced screening of the upcoming feature film, Race. The screening took place at Valley View Movie Theater. The excited teenagers waited in line patiently for what they thought was just a free movie screening. But what they didn't know was J.R. Smith was going to be taking pictures with them, watching the movie side by side, and explaining why this movie was important for them to see.
They only see, what they grow up around now. They don't see what people like Jesse Owens have, put forth the footsteps and the footprints of everything that we accomplished as, African Americans in sports, and not even just us, but as globally. I mean, he goes all the way to Berlin, won the gold medals, and I mean, just changes, sports and the dynamic for everybody.
And like so many other students, Smith was not of age when Jesse Owens was making history. But book reports assigned to him growing up made him aware of the legendary athletic superstar.
I mean, I'm very familiar with the story. Fortunately, his movie's starting to come out today because I did a report on him when I was like 3rd or 4th grade. So 20 years later, I mean, I finally get to see what he's actually going through in the movie, opposed to just reading about it in books and stuff like that. So I think it'll give me a great perspective as well.
Smith not only talked about reading about Owens, he also shared how Owens' story and so many others was an inspiration.
An athlete, for one, would have been a person who's fortunate enough to have my dad in my life and, listen to the stories when we were growing up about him and Jackie Robinson, the Alis and the Jim Browns and all that, and all those guys. I mean, for me, this is huge because I get to be able to sit here and watch it with my dad and with my parents, and to go through everything I went through as a younger African American athlete coming out of a predominantly white community. It's huge.
And before the movie started, the teens were given free popcorn and refreshments, and a gift bag that included Smith t-shirts and a race poster. The kids had an amazing time interacting with Smith before the movie, getting selfies in and asking him all types of questions. Smith also talked about why programs like the Boys and Girls Club are so important to the community.
I wasn't part of the Boys and Girls Club. It was a community center where I'm from, where we pretty much we weren't members of it. I mean, our parents knew everybody there, so it was big for us. But I think for situations like this, these things are huge because people have so many, well, kids have so much stuff going on at home that a lot of people don't, or the outside world doesn't see. And, you know, going to school, they try to figure out why kids act a certain way. But, I mean, when you go to Boys and Girls Club, you learn so many morals and values that you can take along the way, opposed to just so much negative stuff when you're growing up in an environment like they are.
This incredible true story of East Tech alum Jesse Owens hits theaters nationwide February 19th, 2016.
Thank you for tuning into the Inside Sports Report. Make sure you continue to tune in each and every week for an inside scoop on our Cleveland sports scene. And stay tuned for the bottom line up front with City of Cleveland Media Relations Director Dan Williams.